under-16s appeared in the semi-finals of Britain's Got Talent? The answer is 46.
Well, that's right, 46 under-16-year-olds were in the Britain's Got Talent semi-finals this year. The youngest was 6-year-old Olivia Evans, who sang Breaking Free, which I'm told is a tune from High School Musical. There we go. Hip-hop, Daddy-o. You're watching The Right Stuff, live on 5 with Stephen K. Amos, Janet Ellis and a very special guest, Anthony Costa. Still to come this morning, who cares if pop stars mime? 0207 173 5555 is the number for your thoughts, both for and against lip-syncing. Milli Vanilli, I mean, that was an international scandal. Now no one cares. Anyway. First, though, should there be an age limit on who can enter a TV talent show? The government, unbelievably, is looking into this massive issue after 10-year-old Holly Steele broke down following an attack of nerves during her semi-final. Remember this? If she doesn't like the limelight, stick 'em back up the chimneys, that's what I say. Oh, don't make me laugh, it hurts. Oh. Kids of any age can enter Britain Exploits the Mentally Challenged. As we heard, 46 under-16 in the semi-finals this year, which is not unusual. 2 years ago, 6-year-old chanteuse Connie Talbot came second, while this year's winner's dance group Diversity has one member who's just 12 years old. So some kids are losers and cry, some go on to be stars. That is life, is it not? So does Britain's Got Talent need an age limit to protect the vulnerable, as X Factor does? Indeed, X Factor is raising its age limit to 16 this year after 2 years having it at 14. If a child wants to perform, has a talent, shouldn't they be allowed to do so? Lena Zavaroni, she was just 10 when she appeared on the original Britain's Got Talent, a show called Opportunity Knocks, way back in 1974. She died tragically from anorexia at age 35. Judy Garland, she was on stage at the age of 3 in The Wizard of Oz at 17, dead at 47 after a lifetime on booze and drugs. Michael Jackson was performing professionally from the age of 11, and he's doing just fine. So do we really need... Don't make me laugh, Anthony. It hurts.
Keep making him laugh, you wicked, wicked man.
Well,
leave the children alone.
Stephen, do we need an age limit on TV talent shows?
I don't think we need an age limit on talent shows. What I do suggest is that we have brackets. So 5 to 10, 11 till 15, because I don't think...
Would that make it easier?
Well, it would make it easier, but at least it's a level playing field, because they're of the same age, they should be of the same similar ability. I don't think you should pitch a 5-year-old young girl or a 10-year-old young girl up against a 50, 60-year-old man. I think it's just very odd, it's very strange. Different abilities. And obviously, if you see a band or someone who's had semi-professional training, they're going to be far more advanced as opposed to a 10-year-old. And I, for example, as a stand-up comic, I would loathe to be in a competition like that, where my talents are pitted against a 5-year-old dancer.
Why? In case you lose.
Because I may lose, yes, and I may start to cry. But I think... Oh, grow up, you evil man. No, I just think it's a very, very different discipline. And I think if it's not a level playing field, it's just a very different...
OK, what I want to know from you, Janet, is do children, with the experience of going up there and crying your eyes out, for whatever reason, be damaging to a child long-term?
I think it depends on what the family support is, actually, because obviously with children, the families are involved, and there's no doubt that for a lot of children, you know, that although they've had the initial idea, I'm absolutely convinced that in 99% of cases, it's the kids go, I want to do that, I want to do that. And then it's the families who have to go, that sounds fun, and we'll go along with it. So you definitely need a lot of family support. I mean, I don't actually think an age limit will sort this out anyway, because I think it's such a bizarre concept that you would not only pit different ages, but, you know, the performing dog against the dance troupe. I mean, it is bizarre, and because it's a competition, people have to compete. But I don't think it does long-term damage, no.
Do you think we need
I find it quite strange. You think 99% of the kids say they want... I think it's pushy parents.
Well,
it's a lot more to it.
I mean, how old were you when you were sort of getting involved in...
12, 13, I mean...
Your idea or parents' idea?
It was my idea. I mean, I literally just started singing or acting from a young age, but I never... My mum and dad never forced me to do anything. They were like, look, if you're good at it, we'll tell you. If you're not good at it... Look, I wanted to be a footballer. My dad came and saw me play for the school team. He went, listen, don't even bother. Right? No, but it's true, though, because it's kept me in good stead. It's kept my feet on the ground.
Truthful, yeah.
It's truthful. I did a school play at the age of 14. Mum and Dad come and saw it. They loved it. Brought an agent down, Sharon, and she signed me up there and then. But then after that, it just sort of became part of my life, and I loved it. I was never forced it. But the kids that were forced at my drama school at the time never got work because it was the mums pushing the kids. And I used to see them all the
Jack
time.
did a lot of acting. You know, between the ages of 6 and 13, my son did acting, and he was at a normal state school, but then he used to go off and do, in the days when you were only allowed to do a certain number of weeks per year before Harry Potter changed all that. But it was always what he really liked doing.
Okay. So, Anthony, do you think we need an age limit on these shows?
I sort of agree with Stephen there. I think that there should be categories, but, you know, imagine if that girl beat Suzanne Boyle, just for instance, or Suzanne Boyle beat... Everyone would be like, she's not good enough. Do you know what I mean? But then you forget about the talent. I think they need categories. I think the whole Britain's Got Talent thing, I think we've had enough, you know, singers now. I mean, if they want to sing, go on the X Factor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, OK.
I want to see people like Stephen, who's got entertainment, who can make someone laugh and make maybe the Queen laugh or Prince Philip, because it is about the whole variety show, a variety show. Do you know what I mean?
Bring back Junior Showtime.
Yeah. Ultimately, I would have thought that it's the parents' job to decide whether a child is capable, able, of entering a TV talent show. It's interesting, Stephen's point about maybe we need different categories. I don't actually know what I'm talking about because I've never seen them. I just come up with opinions. So let's throw it open to you. Do we need an age limit on TV talent shows? Kirsty?
Moira's on line 3.
Thank you very much. Moira, good morning.
Hello there.
Hi there. So what do we think?
Right, this little girl, she didn't cry because she was having nerves. She cried because she'd forgotten her words, and she wanted to let them know that she could sing. And I know it was terrible because she thought I've lost my chance. And I know that because I've been there.
Go on.
When I was doing this from I was 7 years of age, and I know what it's like to have forgotten your words, you know, and especially at that age. You think the adults don't even understand, but they do have those feelings.
Do you think we need an age limit? The government needs to step in here and enforce some rules?
No, for heaven's sake, aren't we being nannied enough round here? You know, they're telling you, you know, don't do this, don't do that. I mean, it gives them some backbone. I'm 78 now, love, and I was doing this from I was 7. And I was, with my mum, going to camps and hospitals with a concert party when I was only about, 10 and 11.
Do you think it makes a difference if you have to perform on Britain's biggest television show in front of the likes of Simon Cowell?
My first panto, love, was at the Empire in Liverpool.
All right, I'm only asking. Moira, thank you very much for the call.
They're being judged. I mean, that's what it is. They're not just entertaining.
But there are, I mean, speech and drama festivals all over the country that kids go to. I used to do them, and, you know, you could get some quite sort of serious put-downs.
There was a great Little Britain sketch. I don't know if you remember it, when Matt Lucas was one of the dads and David Williams was a pushy mum. And that sketch, if anyone watches it, YouTube it if you can, is exactly what I went through in terms of, listen, I didn't have a lot of money, but the kids that had the money and they were going for auditions, had the gelled hair and looked beautiful, never got the part because they weren't talented. I remember going to an audition for a BBC sitcom and I did the reading. I went, listen, mate, are you wasting... I was 13. I said, if you're wasting me time, tell me I've got it or you haven't got it. Do you know what I mean? Because I ain't coming here again for another record.
Did you ever cry in front of anyone?
Never.
No,
never
right,
cried.
there we go.
Never cried. Because I just thought if I'm not good enough, then I'm not good enough. You know.
I don't know what to think. Maybe you're right, Stephen, that if you put people into categories, it makes it fairer. But, you know, how can you put it into categories and then have a performing dog? I mean, where does that go?
well, exactly. I don't think... I think also in categories in terms of what you do, the style of act that you have. If you've got a performing dog, let's see 5 performing dogs. I don't want to compete against a dog. And worse than that, I don't want the government getting involved. They've got far too more important things to be worried about.
They did a competition, Jason Donovan busking versus a performing dog, and the dog beat Jason Donovan. So there's a warning there for all of us, I guess. After the ads, we're asking, who cares if pop stars mime? Does it matter, so long as the likes of Britney Spears puts on a big show to wow the fans? Well, Girls Aloud put on a big show, and they sang live every night. So if some can do it, why not all? 0207 173 5555 is the number you've got something to say. And when pop stars are charging mega money for concert tickets, does it matter if they then don't sing live? You tell me in 3.
Who criticised Madonna for miming at the Q Awards? Was it Sir Elton John, George Michael or Jarvis Cocker? Find out after the break.